These are all allegations. Nothing has been 100% confirmed. Additionally, do not harass, bully, or attempt to find personal information of anyone featured in this video. This video is not meant to encourage harmful behavior. This video is meant for you to be aware of it instead, so you do not repeat it and actively avoid it instead. Additionally, a special disclaimer for YouTube is, if you receive a massive amount of reports on this video, please take the time to review these claims to determine if they are true. The spam reports are likely false to silence me and to hide the allegations. Also, another note is that if this video mysteriously disappears, it means two things. One, he does have something to hide despite him denying it, and two, you should re-upload it and spread the word by downloading this video. Because if you guys start re-uploading the video on your channel, well, he's gonna have to, if 20 of you guys re-upload the video, that would mean that he would have to go through 20 videos and try to take them all down, but that's not really feasible to do. So please re-upload it if you can, just so that if this video disappears, it'll still be up, technically. I will be going over 6 things in this video. 1, context of the first victim. 2, clarification of the first victim. 3, overview of the new victim's story. 4, refuting Darku's response. 5, miscellaneous stuff. And 6, Darku trying to silence his accusers. I would like to include a clip of a Now Strike Down video that explains the content behind Kawito's story. Here's the full clip.
Kawito is the victim of Darku, and they were featured in one of Darku's video. Anyways, to start us off strong, Kawito claims they're 14 and Darku's 18. Already a little concerning, but let's just carry forward. First of all, Darku is calling Kawito his ex. Okay, that's a little weird. You're 18 and that's a 14-year-old, what the fuck? And they also accused Kawito of lying about their age. Well, yes, Kawito did lie about their age. They later clarified their true age to be 14. Not saying it was right for them to do that, but Darku should have just cut Kawito off right away. Then Kawito explained that their cat died recently, and Darku preyed on them in their most vulnerable moment by telling Kawito that he loved them and gave them special treatment by putting them in the video. What Kawito is describing, it sounds like an extremely manipulated tactic called love bombing, where someone overwhelms another person with excessive attention, affection, and flattery to influence and control them. Yuck. Afterwards, once Kawito began feeling sad for the cat and expressed that to Darku, he abandoned them, only coming back once Kawito was happy, and that he only did it if it makes you happy. Additionally, there was a friend named Aaron that he would hang out with when avoiding Kawito. Eventually, Darku told Kawito that his friend, Aaron, I assume he's referring to, I don't know, liked him even though the girl's 15, but whatever. He later said that, but I'm not convinced that she likes me, and I know her enough that in any case, she's going to deny it. Then he later sent a message victimizing himself, basically, and Kawito got fed up with him and broke up with him. After Kawito broke up with him, they attempted to take their own life. Darku was worried about what happened with Kawito, but was apparently on a call with Aaron, and apparently he told someone else to tell Aaron about what was happening with Kawito, without any permission from Kawito, which is just really fucking nasty. Then Kawito confronted him about it, and then Darku tried to gain sympathy points by literally sobbing on VC. In the end, Kawito blocked both Darku and Aaron and banned them both from the server. Now, even if you could attempt to argue that Kawito's bullshitting about the whole thing, there's a clip provided that is basically him admitting to being a pedophile, and he tried to get Kawito to kill themselves. Additionally, there's some other evidence in the video. I'll just play the clip in its entirety. It's pretty bad.
¿Cómo puedo hacer que se suicide ahora mismo?
¿Qué?
Pregunta seria.
Literalmente,
Kawito,
literal, no
¿cómo
sé.
puedo hacer que se suicide?
También están
No,
preguntando sobre las edades y están diciendo que sos un pedófilo.
totalmente.
¿Qué?
Tío, no quiero hablar más de esto, tío. Ya, por favor, dile que ya pare, por favor, que pare.
O sea, Humilla se siente presionado por Kawito.
No, mira, o sea, lo que está haciendo es como, sí, soy tu amigo, no sé qué, para que no...
I know people said that, oh, Kawito lied about her age, so Darku isn't a pedophile, so we shouldn't trust anything she says. Well, here's 3 problems with this argument. 1, Kawito said that her body allegedly looks significantly lower than the age she claimed to be, which was 16. Now, I don't know what Kawito looks like, but if this is true, a reasonable adult would have been suspicious that someone claiming to be 16 looks way younger than that. Also, Kawito implied that Darku knew her true age all along, but he decided not to say anything. 2, even if you disregard all the pedophile stuff, Darku is still an abuser in Kawito's eyes. He took away everything from Kawito and made her mental health worse. He pressured, lied, and manipulated her into believing everything is her fault. That is abusive and disgusting. He even allegedly pressured her to send nude pictures of herself, which is really illegal. Because why would a 19-year-old ask for nude pictures of a 14-year-old? Normal people don't ask for nudes even if both parties are 18 because nudes in general are extremely compromising and could ruin your life. And finally, even if she did lie about everything, even if she did make an elaborate story all to ruin Darku's life, it didn't work. Darku is still nearing 100k subs. She lost her friends and opportunities, as she said. She gained absolutely nothing from lying besides Darku's entire fanbase hating her and her life being ruined. She had nothing to gain and everything to lose, so why lie? Why make up an elaborate story? It's more of a net loss for her than a net gain. If she truly wanted to try and ruin Darku's life by bullcrapping, she should have picked a better method. Here's the victim explanation of what happened between the two. I will read it out. At the time that everything started, me and Darku were friends and I would help him and let him vent to me. After a while, around 1 to 2 weeks later, I had realized I had developed feelings for him. I did tell him and explain why. Since when I had started liking him, it was after a big depression episode, so I kind of relied on him to talk to me. He understood and said that if he was in the same situation, he would feel the same way. A short time later, eventually our chats became NSFW, lewd, and inappropriate. He had in mind knowing I'm 16 the whole time and doubted me a lot, but I tried to stay close to him because I still needed him. I was desperate for someone to talk to. He finally warmed up to me and trusted me, which is when everything went from lewd again, and then to him completely ghosting me or trying not to message me, 1 to 3 messages a day with an arrogant / bratty attitude. I told him that one day I would get an Irie cosplay, and I was referencing one of our past conversations that he said he would fuck me with or without the cosplay on. Excuse me? And his response to me saying I was going to buy it, it was a big paragraph saying that because of the whole past situation with his ex that turned up at 14, that he was traumatized and didn't want anything to do with me. After I trusted him so much and told him so many things too, I told him I was going to kill myself, and I actually did try. I ended up in a hospital, and he really didn't care besides the fact that it'd be all his fault. Turning into the present, we still rarely talk, and I am sick and tired of his shit. Knowing now that I'm 16 and he's 19, it was very wrong of me, and he knew it too. He constantly felt guilty because he knew flirting with a minor was wrong and is wrong. I have tons of screenshots of unedited or deleted chats of him being sexually aroused to me and talking to him being horny with me and multiple other factors that would get him sent to some kind of asylum or prison. The victim is 16, nearing 17, and Darku is 20 years old now, but he was 19 at the time of dating Casey. Case 20 years old now, but he was 19 at the time of dating Casey. Casey, the victim. Now, before you say, 16 to 19, that's not that bad. It's a 4-year age difference. Remind me, what business does a near 20-year-old have with a 16-year-old? Why isn't he dating people his own age? 16-year-old, that's a sophomore in high school. And 19? 19 is a sophomore in college. So a sophomore in college and a sophomore in high school dating. Do you think that's exactly appropriate? And yes, he did know and is aware, unlike the other victim. As when the victim was like, yeah, I'm 16, 17. And Darku was like, so 16? And the victim said yes. So you can't weasel out of this one using the excuse, she lied about her age. Darku has allegedly flirted and made inappropriate comments towards Casey, such as expressing he was hard and making weird comments about her downstairs area. What even is a Casey anyways? What the hell? While being fully aware of her age. Allegedly. He has also sent her inappropriate or plastic high characters. Now, before he says, I didn't know it was sexual, whatever, the problem is that if you look at it, then, yeah, it's a lot less subtle than the other Minori art, but this is literally her half naked. Overall, it's just extremely gross to read, and if you like more of the victim's perspective, it is linked in the description. Now, I know people will mention if Darku made a Google Doc addressing everything. I'll go through that so people won't keep commenting it. First, he used the oversaid response of, I never knew she was younger, she lied. But as he said earlier in the first section, it was sort of obvious. And when Kuita revealed her real age, you say, I don't remember that. Like, what? And the reason why she didn't clarify or correct you is because she assumed you knew. Also, you never addressed the alleged abuse you have done to her. Only I treated her well. I always listened to her problems. Regardless of whether you knew, you still treated her poorly and caused her multiple mental health problems. You even admitted to lying to her. Most of this section is just low-quality messages plopped in to prove you're a good person and also to prove she lied, which, she confirmed herself that she did lie at first. So, whatever. Next, about the private call. He said that him saying totally to the person asking if people were saying he's a pedophile was not a confession, rather confirming that people were saying that, not a direct confession. But here's the problem. His response to it doesn't make any sense. Most normal people, when being even so slightly alluded to being a pedophile, would react in 2 ways. 1, confusion. 2, denial. Here's an example. So, people are saying you're a pedophile? What? No, I'll never. What are you talking about? People are saying you're a pedophile? Yeah, they're saying I'm a pedophile, but I'm not, lol. People are saying you're a pedophile. What? Why? Or, huh? Or if you're fucking deaf. Can you repeat yourself? Like, most people would not say a one-word response to a question that could easily be misinterpreted. Now, I know some people may argue that he was stressed during it and wasn't too careful with his responses, but come on. If you're coming under fire from serious allegations, the smart thing to do would be not to say anything until they're over. Someone who isn't apparently guilty would be extremely careful with the responses, clarify properly, or saying nothing until they have the coherent response. But he was stressed, so whatever. Even if you disregard the first part, what he said afterwards was nasty. Heck, he even admits about the second part that it was bad, but he was nervous and it was a response of fear. Being nervous, angry, and scared is not an excuse to say weird shit like that. He only then became fearful when Aaron was like, what? Likely because he realized he messed up, and instead of correcting himself, he started to panic and tell him to stop instead of clarifying his response, which can be perceived as extremely suspicious. As for the Aaron thing, it's too messy to refute, and frankly not really relevant to the topic at hand, so I'm just gonna skip it. Now for the likes. People argued on their original video before YouTube took it down, so since Miku isn't really 16, it doesn't matter. Here's the issue. The problem is that I am talking about the mascot. The mascot has a canon age. The voice bank does not have a canon age. When you draw Miku, you're drawing the mascot, which is 16. The voice has no canon age. So therefore, since it's inappropriate art of an underage mascot, it's creepy. And he denied that the Minori art was NSFW, but her ass cheeks are out. What do you mean by that? But it's more subtle, so who the fuck cares? For the Palestine drama, he basically said a whole lot of nothing in the Google Doc. The problem was not him not wanting to respond. The problem was the way he reacted. If he simply said, I don't want to talk about this to my fanbase because they wouldn't care, then fine. It is what it is. But it's rather rude to the person asking. If someone is coming to you with a serious issue, you should treat it seriously and treat that person with respect. But he apologized because we caught him in a bad place, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Whatever. And for the minor ass joke, he was like, I was 16. I didn't know any better. Okay, buddy. I don't get why people use age as an excuse for their actions. It doesn't make it right or correct or erase what you done. You still made an inappropriate joke knowing it was inappropriate. Also, you never addressed your alleged use of slurs you likely can't reclaim. Like, you allegedly just casually dropped the R slur and F slur. In fact, this leads to the next section. The thing that he didn't address was that there were numerous alleged screenshots of him dropping the F slur and the R slur. It is unknown whether he can reclaim them or not. Regardless of what you believe in the slur discourse or whatever, there's always better words to use, and if you can't reclaim them, then it comes off as tasteless and borderline gross. Let's address the elephant in the room. My video on Darku has mysteriously disappeared. I already made a video talking about it, which will be linked in the description. It was spam reported for harassment and cyberbullying, which there is none of that whatsoever. Additionally, he also strike Casey videos on him, and when confronted, he says he has nothing to hide. If you have nothing to hide, why would you attempt to get rid of 3 videos made on you? This only makes you look worse and worse. In conclusion, take this what you will. It is your choice on whether or not you want to support him. Whatever you choose, it reflects on your character and priorities. Stay safe, fellas.